Alright, so today we're gonna put together one of my favorite things to eat. And in my household, we don't only eat it on Tuesdays, we eat it maybe 3 or 4 times a week, and that's tacos. But I'm gonna do it my way. So we're gonna do a blackened shrimp tostados alongside a roasted jalapeno slaw and a maple braised cabbage. And to top that off, we're gonna do a cilantro cream sauce to go on top of it, and my favorite thing to put on just about everything, Sir Kensington special sauce. This thing right here, out of this world. So first we're gonna start by, you're gonna get your head of cabbage, and I'm just gonna kind of give you an idea because I already pre-chopped it. You're just gonna pretty much hold your fingers together. I know my nails are long, but they work. And then you're just gonna kind of shred it so that when you're making your slaw, it just braises together in a pot really well. So we preheat our pan and add about a tablespoon of olive oil to it. To that we're gonna add some julienne red onions. Let that cook a bit. This is literally like one of my favorite dishes that I like to cook at home. My 6-year-old son, he really doesn't like to eat shrimp. I think we shrimped him to death. So he's at the point where he doesn't like shrimp, but he'll eat this because this is one of his favorite dishes. And I guarantee you, this dish is kids approved. I have a 2-year-old, a 6-year-old, and a 9-year-old, and they love it. So you're gonna let that cook for about maybe 30 seconds. Just a little, get it a little wilted a little bit, and then you're gonna add your cabbage, your red cabbage. This is about 3 cups of red cabbage and about 1.5 cups of red onions. And just let that cook down a bit before you add your other ingredients. Because this dish has so many different items and flavors to it, I don't add any extra salt because I don't want it to be salty. The flavor will be there, trust me. You can adjust it according to what you like. So while we're sauteing the cabbage and the onion mixture, we're gonna go over here to our shrimp, and we're gonna add our blackened and seasoning to our shrimp. We're gonna start to season our shrimp. Doesn't really have to marinate or sit overnight because it's something that's gonna be instant. It's gonna lock in the flavor, so it'll sit for maybe about 10 minutes prior to you putting it in your pan. And this is not a special, I made it myself, blackened seasoning. There is another company, I forget the name of the company, but it's a good seasoning. So I use it. Just give that a little whirl, maybe add a little bit more, because we did say blackened, right? We don't want it to be still pink or gray. I'm gonna go over and wash my hands. I'll be back. It's something about red cabbage. It's like you can make it in so many different ways. As a vegan, skip the cauliflower. Use this as your form of steak. It's really good. It's very hearty. It takes on practically any flavor you add to it. And then red onions add just a tad bit of sweetness to your dish. So the cabbage is starting to soften up. You're going to let it continue to soften. All right. In the meantime, while the cabbage is still trying to tenderize, we're going to start to make our cilantro sour cream sauce. Very simple, very basic. You have the option of using fresh cilantro. I'm kind of lazy, so I'm going to use the squeezy tube cilantro. Same process. I feel like for me, it just spreads better when it comes to like a cream sauce as opposed to using the fresh herbs. That's just my opinion. You don't have to follow my opinion if you don't want. But you press play on the channel, so now you gotta watch. All right. So this is very basic, very easy. You can add pretty much whatever you want to it. The base is obviously sour cream. Shout out to Daisy. So you're gonna add about a cup of sour cream. I like to mix it up just so it can come to room temperature. And then for the squeezy tube, I'm not really big on measuring too much, and most chefs really don't have the time to measure. So I usually do everything by eye. You do it by what you want to do, and it's your taste preference. And like I said, you can add whatever you want to it. I usually add capers to it. I'll add some, like I said, the jalapenos, a zest of a lime. It's up to you. So it's probably about a tablespoon of cilantro. And then you just stir that bad boy up. Whip it well. Did I just say that? Just whip it good. All right. I feel like it needs more cilantro. I don't really like the color. It's a little too pale for me. That's about another half a tablespoon of cilantro. I'm just going to stir that bad boy in. Kind of make it money green. 2019, money green. All right, that looks delicious. Alrighty. Let's check on our cabbage. If you want to add a little bit of extra kick to it, you can add some of this blackened seasoning to kind of bring the blackened taste. For me, I'm good. I have it in the shrimp, but it's to each his own. I'm gonna put this in the fridge, and I'm gonna put that in the fridge, and then I'm gonna go check on our cabbage. Oh yeah, this thing is caramelizing. The onions are caramelizing. Nice flavor. Yes. So I have some 100% pure maple syrup that I'm gonna add to the cabbage, and that's it. That's all you need. You can add some salt or pepper, it's up to you, but like I said, with so many different flavors going on within this one tostados, I don't think you want to add too much extra seasoning. So we're gonna pour, this is about 2 ounces of the maple syrup. And then we're gonna stir this bad boy together. Ah, you hear that? Smells like breakfast, and it's cabbage. I don't know what you eat for breakfast, but I eat a lot of unique things for breakfast, so this actually might be on the menu for breakfast. Alright, so while our cabbage is still tenderizing and braising, we're going to start heating up our cast iron skillet so we can start blackening our shrimp. Oh, it worked. Oh, I want to give a big shout out before we start blackening this shrimp to Granny for allowing us to utilize her beautiful kitchen. Thank you so much. Much love. I appreciate it. So earlier today, I roasted off some jalapenos. So the jalapenos are going to be part of the braised maple cabbage. To kind of like a sweet, spicy kind of filling. So I roasted it in a pan. You can do a direct contact with the heat on high, or you could just take your cast iron pan, no oil, nothing on it. Make sure you wash your peppers and dry it, and then put it on a medium to high heat, and just keep turning it, and you'll get this char. I like the char flavor. You can, if you don't like the skin, you can actually take it and you can put it in a glass bowl, cover it with a piece of foil, let it sit for about 30 to 45 seconds. At that point, the steam will allow the skin to come off, and then you can peel the skin off of the jalapeno. You don't want to eat the seeds because the seeds are super spicy, and it's just not really an appealing taste to be chewing on jalapeno seeds. So after you roast the jalapeno, you want to cut the tip off. Other people have other ways of doing this. This is my way of getting to the inside of it faster. I cut a little piece of the tip, slice it down the middle, and then it fans open. And then depending on the sharpness of your knife, you can easily just run your finger right through the vein and just pull out the center. again, this is how I do it. Everybody does it differently. So I want to get all them seeds out the center of this jalapeno, because I don't really like spicy stuff. So that's why I choose the jalapeno pepper as opposed to the Scotch bonnet pepper, because the way my throat is set up, it doesn't work that well. Alright, on to the second. That's not a comfortable position to stand. I'm going to open it. We're going to take our knife and we're just going to fade it through to get the seeds off. See? Perfect. Lay them on top of each other. And at this point, because it's been resting for so long, you can take the skin should just peel right off. You can take your knife and pull it off as well. If I'm not being politically correct in what I'm doing, excuse me. This is actually my first video and will not be my last. But I still need you to subscribe. Give me some feedback. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you tried the recipe. Let me know if it works for you, what you added, what you took away, any of those things. These tacos can definitely be vegan. They definitely could be polo. They definitely could be pork. Whatever you want to put in the taco is your mouth. You put whatever you want in your mouth. I don't think that came out right, but okay. It's fun. It's fun. It's sense of humor. You know, one of them stiff chefs. You know what's funny? I can do roasted jalapenos, but I hate grilled food. Oh, it's just me. It's my preference. Me and grilled food are just not fans. All right, so I stack the jalapenos up on top of one another, and then I'm just going to julienne them lengthwise. And then I'm going to turn the cutting board because I don't want to move it. And then I'm just going to dice them. Very fine dice. My bangles are like really hitting it, right? Yeah. Alrighty. So we got our jalapenos nice and diced. They smell delicious. I'm just going to put them in our cup so that we can top our taco Sunday. All right, so our cabbage has been braising for about 10 minutes now. It is super tender. Well, not super tender. There's still some crunch elements in it because we cut some pieces larger than others. So the actual base of the cabbage is tender. Let's give it a taste. I'm a taster. You know what's my problem? So as I cook, I taste so much that by the time it's time to eat dinner, I don't even want it. Like, I'm good. I'll take my glass of wine and I'm good. Like, I don't even need it. But I have to taste it because that's what I do. We got our cast iron pan heating up. And remember, about maybe 10 minutes ago, we started to dry rub our shrimp with our blackened seasoning. We're going to take our shrimp. I don't like to add oil to it because I think the pan is well seasoned. Like, I've had this pan for like 2 years now. God knows what's been in this pan. Alright. Alright. While our shrimp is sauteing for a bit, we're going to come over here. So we preheated another cast iron pan, a smaller one, with about 1 inch of oil, vegetable oil. And we're going to take our gluten-free corn tortillas and we're going to fry them up like they're pretty much chips. This is going to be the base of our taco on a Sunday. Make sure your pan is hot. Just drop that bad boy in there. I usually do this at home. It takes about 10 minutes. So I usually do 2, like stick one underneath the other. And the thing about cooking in the kitchen, especially when you have 3 kids and a husband, you have to multitask. Like, everything has to be on the stove at once. You have to do a lot of things at one time. So we just you see how I said don't add the olive oil because the shrimp is releasing its own juices. You don't want to add too much moisture to this taco. There's a lot of moisture going on with the braised cabbage, and then you have 2 different sauces going on top of it. You don't want it to be too wet because we have this fried tortilla shell. the tostadas going on the bottom. You don't want it to be soggy. I need everyone here in the audience to sign a clause that you will not go home and make this. Alright, so while our tortilla shells are heating up, cooking up, they usually take about maybe like 15 seconds each side. This shrimp is practically done. Let's turn this off. We're gonna flip these. Bear with me. Please don't leave any like hateful comments or anything like that on this. Like, this is literally my first video and more to come. I'm getting comfortable with the camera. I'm gonna do what I do. You can like it or you can dislike it. Hopefully you like it. I know I will. Alright, so I'm from New York, I'm from Queens, and the way I was taught how to drain fried food is with a paper towel and an aluminum pan. That's just how I was raised. Now, from a culinary perspective, I obviously use a wire rack, and you drain it that way, but I'm gonna just keep it 100. Look how good those look. Oh, golden brown. I'm telling you, like, if I could just go on a street taco tour, like, all over, I would, because me and tacos are, like, absolutely best friends. I think I should have gave you guys a little bit about myself. So, again, from the introduction, my name is Chef Vital, Vital Nutrients, right here. We're available for catering, we're available for meal prep, we're available for nutrient advice. We're also available for partying and also good infused meals and good infused food. Alright, so our shrimp is done. We're just gonna let the shrimp here. We're gonna move that to the back burner so it doesn't cook anymore. And we have our roasted jalapenos diced. We're gonna add a tad bit, maybe like a tablespoon of light brown sugar as the finish to our red cabbage and onion slaw, warm slaw. And it'll just marry with all of that goodness. Just let it sit. I don't like using a dark brown sugar for this because it has a lot of molasses in it, so there's a lot of sugar in it. I like to use a light brown because it gives you just a light flavor of sweetness to it. Nothing too much. We're not drinking purple Kool-Aid. All right, let's flip these bad boys. Look at that. Did I just do that? I'm sorry, like, you guys don't understand. I'm in my comfort zone. I'm in my zen. This is my zen. Whoo, did you hear that chip? Did you hear that chip? Did you hear that? I heard it. Look at that golden brown. We like to toot our own horn sometime. I'm gonna let the judges decide. All right, so everything is done. Amen. So we're gonna start plating up our blackened shrimp tostadas. So the base is gonna be those fried tortillas that we use. We're gonna put that maple braised cabbage and onion slaw on the bottom. Add some moisture to the dish. Add a little bit of sweetness to help with the heat. We're gonna just, it doesn't have to be fancy, just place your shrimp on top. I usually use bigger shrimp than this, but the way the budget was set up for the filming, we ain't get that much money. Alright, so then we're gonna put some, I like to use spinach. Sometimes I use arugula because it's a bit more spicier. So we're gonna strategically just place our spinach. All I hear is sorry, the crew is crunching. All right, so we're gonna put our spinach on the top, and remember those roasted jalapenos that we diced, we julienne that we diced. We're gonna put it on top. Now this is gonna be your heat factor to determine how much heat you want in this tostadas. So I'm just gonna put like a heaping scoop because this is my husband's plate and he likes heat. All right. And I promise you, all these flavors marry so well together. And then remember earlier that sour cream cilantro we made sauce, we're gonna put a nice heaping dollop of that on there. Okay? And then, again, my favorite, that special sauce. We're gonna put a nice swirl. It's like magic. And then what I like to do is I like to add some freshness to it. So we're gonna just zest a lime on top of that. Add some freshness to it. Don't zest it to the point where you get the white because it's not gonna taste good. It's gonna be bitter. All right. And then for me, just for kicks, because we've seen the guy in the show do it, I wanna say thank you for joining us on our first YouTube show, and I hope you subscribe, and I hope you follow us again soon, and see you later. But that one needs something, right?
This taco is amazing.
Well, that's it too, if you want to put some sweetener in it.
The freshness of the lime, the cabbage, the slaw,
I think it's
amazing.
No, yeah, coconut based sweetener.
How was
This
it?
is done.
Was it good?
It was wonderful. Everything I thought it was gonna be.
Get the entree.
What do you think?
Delicious.
I can't say anything. It's all over my face. That's what I say. I'll do my face at the end.
We got another one. For this segment of the show, we're gonna speak to our successful entrepreneurs and get their take and reaction based upon the delicious food that they just ate. So, Cherie, can you tell us a little about your company and your reaction to the delicious food you just ate?
Can I say how wonderful the chef was? Everything was amazing. When I tell you, it feels like a party in your mouth, okay? I love it. But yes, my name is Cherie. I'm the owner of Pure Oasis, which is my baby. Pure Oasis came about, I would say about 8 years ago. It was a beginning of something when I started changing my lifestyle, starting from my hair, removing the creamy crack. And then once you started from the crown, I started, looking into what I was putting in my body, what I'm eating. And then it trickled down to what I'm putting on my skin, what I'm lighting in my home now that I'm a mother of 3, So we have soaps, which are all organic. Everything that I have, which differentiates us from a lot of people, is everything is 5 products or less. We don't use a whole bunch of ingredients. When you turn around and look at the bottom and look at the back, it's not 40 different, different ingredients there. But we have turmeric and honey body bars, oatmeal, milk, and honey, which when I tell you, you want to eat it, like it smells so amazing. Whipped body butters. Now, when I tell you, a lot of people have eczema right now. Like, that's a given. And this right here is sure enough, use it every day, and it will definitely reduce the flaring and just making you moisturize. Yeah, so we also, look at this. Okay, so camera, come with me. Once you rub it in, the body butter that is, it looks nice and shiny, but it doesn't have the greasy touch, which is amazing. Because us women, we want to wear maxi skirts and dresses and everything in the summer. You don't want the greasy stains on your clothes. So this is a nice little way of looking all moisturized and giving a glow without the grease. Okay, and also, I wish you could hear this right now. When I tell you, the candles smell amazing, but it sounds like a fireplace. We use wooden wicks, soy candles. We do not use all those chemicals that are silent killers in your home, okay? If you have babies with asthma and allergies, soy and beeswax candles, Pure Oasis, we have you, okay? So that's a little bit about us. And we definitely follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Pure Oasis, Bath and Body. Check out Cliff right there. He's putting something on right there. What you got?
Smells amazing. The cream, I'm just rubbing on my body right now, and it's just amazing.
Yeah. And it's a mixture of different butters. We use mango, shea, and avocado butter to make it
Very nice.
rich feel.
I love it.
Treat the skin you're in.
All right. Thank you very much, Cherie. Now, Our next guest is Jamal. Jamal, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and the company you represent?
Well, I'm Jamal Jackson, owner of Jamal Jackson Photography LLC and Jackson Concierge Services. Specialize in food photography, menu photography, event lifestyle photography. I got my start back in Nordstrom when I worked as a salesman in the Towson location, Towson, Maryland. Nice. Used to bring models in to capture clothing I was selling. Transitioned to concierge services when I started working at the Marriott. Included transportation, I'm a bartender, overall hospitality and providing an exceptional experience to guests that come in. The food today was amazing. I work in a restaurant as a bartender. I've been to many restaurants as a photographer, and the taco was fantastic. From the beginning to the end. It's various ways you can eat it. I chose to eat it with the fork, starting with the top with the sour cream, the cabbage, the shrimp, and then finishing off with the that crunchy taco was fantastic. So
amazing. Thank you for your responses and your feedback, and we do wish you could come back and join us for next time. Until then, see you next time. Peace.
Thank you guys for checking us out on our YouTube video. Don't forget to subscribe below. Don't forget to check us out on our IG at vitalnutrients_Chef Vital, and check us out on our Facebook.
Vital Nutrients.
We appreciate you guys, and don't forget to support your local entrepreneurs.
Pure Oasis Bath and Body. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Facebook. That is Pure Oasis Bath and Body. Thank you.
Also,
and Jamal Jackson Photography LLC at Jamal Jackson Photography LLC on Instagram, and Jackson Concierge Services.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support.